A breaking news update topping the 10 tonight. A new twist in the investigation into the shooting of a Jewish man on his way to synagogue. The man accused of pulling the trigger now charged with a hate crime and terrorism. Our Charlie DeMar has been on top of the story for days and is live in West Ridge for us tonight. Charlie?
And Joe, good evening. That 22-year-old has not been able to be interviewed. He's still in the hospital recovering from injuries, but detectives were able to crack his cell phone, and it apparently spoke loudly about the terror he intended to inflict on the Jewish community here in the West Ridge neighborhood. Now, we did just obtain new surveillance of this shooting, and we do want to warn you that it is graphic. If you take a look at this video, it does show the moments that officers confront the suspect in a shootout. We did freeze the video right before the suspect is shot several times and is dropped to the ground. Sidi Mohamed Abdallahi, seen in this surveillance video, is accused of targeting the Jewish community in West Ridge when he opened fire on a Jewish man walking to synagogue last weekend. Abdallahi now faces hate crime and terrorism charges.
We were able to determine that this individual plotted on this particular community, sought out this particular community, sought out this particular faith.
Police say Abdallahi fired at first responders as they arrived on scene. The 22-year-old was critically injured in a shootout with officers.
Evidence from the offender's phone indicated he planned the shooting and specifically targeted people of Jewish faith.
Abdallahi was charged with attempted murder earlier in the week, but members of the Jewish community have been vocally upset at the lack of hate charges filed.
And we are not going to stop fighting back.
50th Ward Alderman Deborah Silverstein has attended rallies and called out Mayor Brandon Johnson for his initial comments on the shooting, where he failed to mention that the victim was Jewish.
I think he needed to say he was Jewish. It was important that his identity be mentioned and acknowledged.
Our words are not as powerful as my actions, and our actions are clear. Charges have been brought.
We were definitely relieved to hear tonight that both hate crime and terrorism charges were added.
Sarah Van Loon with the American Jewish Committee in Chicago says the shooting is a reminder of the threats currently facing the Jewish community.
It's definitely been a tough week for the Jewish community, and I think as we approach Shabbat and we head into another weekend of services, I would be lying if any of us weren't thinking twice about that or thinking about our additional safety as we head to synagogue.
Alderman Silverstein says she has been reassured that police patrols will be increased on Shabbat in the West Ridge neighborhood as people are walking to Temple. As for the suspect, he is due in court next week. We're live in West Ridge. Charlie DeMar, CBS News, Chicago. Joe?
Thanks, Charlie.